ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ श्री सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ ध्यायामि चिन्मयानन्दं गुरुदेवं महामतिं प्रेमपूर्णं क्रियाशीलं सदा लोकहिते रतं कृपालुं सुन्दराकारं समर्थं सत्यदर्शिनं वाचा तत्त्वप्रकाशिन्या शोकमोहविनाशिनम्। ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। 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 ॐ ऋतगं सत्यं परं ब्रह्मपुरुषं कृष्णपिङ्गलम् ऊर्ध्वरेतं विरूपाक्षं विश्वरूपाय वै नमो नमः। ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात्। हरि ओं सुप्रभातम्। ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिहृद्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। We will chant from the 8th shloka. Om Ishanah Pranadah Prano Jyeshtha Shrestha Prajapatih Hiranyagarbho Bhugarbho Madhavo Madhusudanah Ishvaro Vikrami Dhanvi Medhavi Vikramah Kramah Anut उत्तमो दुराधर्षः कृतज्ञः कृतिरात्मवान् सुरेशः शरणं शर्म विश्वरेताः प्रजाभवः अहः संवत्सरो व्यालः प्रत्ययः सर्वदर्शनः अजः सर्वेश्वरः सिद्धः सिद्धिः सर्वादिरच्युतः वृषा कपिरमेयात्मा सर्वयोगविनिसृतः. We were dealing with the namas of this shloka, where we have completed the first 7 and we need to look into the 8th and 9th namas. Ameyatma. Ameyatma means immeasurable, similar to aprameyaha. We saw this is also similar to that immeasurable. But what is it that which is immeasurable? Iyaniti matum parichetum na shakyate atma yasya iti ameyatma. The etymological meaning is that which cannot be measured through division. Division of probably qualities, probably anything else for that matter. By dividing into certain concepts, it cannot be measured. He is immeasurable. But the meaning which we can very easily take for our convenience is He whose grace is immeasurable, whose blessings are immeasurable, whose glories are immeasurable, whose compassion is immeasurable. Karunamayi we say. Karunamayi means what? Who is the embodiment of compassion, whose Ashirvadam is eternally with us. We only out of our own ignorance, our own limited basic thinking, we think Bhagavan has got division, Bhagavan is partial, he is blessed that person so very nicely, therefore he is wealthy. Therefore, he has got a good company. Therefore, he has got a good wife. He has got good children. Bhagavan has not blessed me. Therefore, I am not wealthy. I am poor. Like these, our ignorant mind alone thinks. Bhagavan's blessings are immeasurable. It is like the river which flows continuously towards the ocean. Only the one who is really in need of will run towards the river and take the benefit of the river. Similarly, when we need, then we need to run to Bhagavan. Bhagavan is available. Everywhere he is available. And remember, his blessings are, his grace are immeasurable. He is eternally waiting for us. And he is always in the waiting. Because we are preoccupied. We feel that is not my priority. We feel my priority is working in the world. My priority is gaining some name and fame. My priority is to increase my income. My priority is to gain the pleasure through my family, people, community, society, etc. What is it that I get maximum? I am going towards that and I fail to turn towards Bhagavan because one of the reasons because Bhagavan doesn't come pratyaksha. Therefore, we don't have faith in him. We are devotees, no doubt. We have belief in him, but we don't have faith in him. They are two different things. The moment we develop faith in him, Shraddha. What is Shraddha? Shastreshu Guruvakyeshu Satya Buddhi Avadharana. What does the Shastra say? Bhagavan is ultimate. What does the Guru say? Turn your mind towards Bhagavan. And he is immeasurable. He will bless continuously. At all time he is blessing. The best part is, even if you leave Bhagavan, Bhagavan will not leave you. An atheist is able to establish his point as an atheist only because of the blessings of Bhagavan. That is the best part of Bhagavan. Therefore, since he is Ameyatma, the best thing what we can do is surrender unto him. Total, unconditional surrender. But our surrenders are, like we work with Bhagavan even like as though we work with the other people. We have conditions to Bhagavan. Bhagavan, if I get one state lottery, then I will give you something. If my daughter or son gets married, I will give you something. So we have made him a trade product. Think. Bhagavan is beyond all that. Ameyatma. It is said, Rama Ananta Guna. Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji is Ananta Guna. Ramchandra here is again Bhagavan Vishnu only. Ananta Guna means there is no measure at all, because he blesses us not with some measure. His very nature is to bless. His very nature is to come and support us. But then why is he not supporting me? That is because I have not yet come to deserve that support. I must lift myself from where I am to come to deserve his support. Parampuja Gurudev Swami Chinmayanji would say, you may never get what you desire, but you can never escape from what you deserve. So what is my role to gain his blessings? My role is, I must prepare myself to deserve his blessings. The deserving part, if I take care, blessing is always there. Ameyatma. Sarva Yoga Vinisritaha. This is a very, very beautiful nama. What is that? Sarva Sambandha Vinirgataha. He is detached from all kinds of sambandha. Sambandha with things and beings, sambandha with situations and conditionings, sambandha with people and pashu pakshi prani. He has no attachment. Please think. Because there is no attachment, now see the logic behind. Because there is no attachment, he can love and bless completely. What is the logic now? See, in our case, I have Mr. X, whom I love a lot. I have Mr. Y, may not be that very closer. There is Mr. Z or Z, who is far away, whom I don't even know. I have nothing to do with him. With the second person, at a distance I keep him and then watch him, observe him, whether he deserves my love. The first one, he is so sweet, I am closer to him. So our love towards things and beings are conditional. We have to put, they say, I love you. Put one asterisk. Conditions apply. What are those conditions? If you work according to my desire, I have lots of love for you. The day you stop working according to my desire, I keep you away. Distance keeps on increasing, and then you forget them also. This is our condition. But Bhagavan says, whatever conditions, his love towards us is unconditional. Why? Because there is no attachment whatsoever. Wherever there is attachment, there can also be aversion. One. The attachment or aversion both are time bound, condition bound, situation bound, etc., etc. You can add anything you want. Whereas Pure love is what Bhagavan has towards us, where there is no condition, there is no attachment. He is not partial, he is very impartial. Therefore he says, Sarva Sambandha Vinirgataha Asangoham Atmashatakam Asangoham Asangoham Punah Punah Satchidananda Rupoham Ahamevahavam Avyayah Ahameva Avyayah Sat Chit Ananda Swarupaha Asangaha. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, which I have quoted here, Asangohi Ayam Purushaha. Which Purushaha? Ayam Purushaha means Bhagavan, Brahman, Supreme, in the name of, in the form of, for our convenience, Vishnu. But Vishnu is Parabrahma Swarupa, Purushaha. Continuing. Vasur Vasumana Satya Samatma Sammitas Samaha Amoghav Pundarikaksho Vrishakarma Vrishakritihi. Vasuhu, another very beautiful nama. In Sanskrita, Vas, the root Vas means to dwell. To dwell meaning what? To be, to pervade, to live in. Vasuhu means the one who lives in every creature. Alright, of course, these 10 names which I have listed here, Vasuhu, Vasanti Sarvabhutani, the one who lives in Sarvabhutani, in all creatures. Yatra Teshu Ayamapi Vasatitiva. All creatures live in him and he lives in all creatures. How is it that possible? Now see. Vasanti Sarvabhutani. He lives in all beings as the very Atma of everyone. Think. This Atma, the enlivening principle, the life in us, because of which the gadgets are able to function, like the body, mind and intellect, is able to function because of what? Because of the presence of this Atma. Vasanti Sarvabhutani. At the same time, Yatra Teshu Ayamiti Vasati iti. Teshu here refers to what? Sarvabhutani. Sarvabhutani, they also live in him. How do you say? If he is living in me, how can I live in him? Or, if I live in him, how can he live in me? This being in is a figurative expression which says, he lives in me as the life principle. I live in him because he is everywhere. He is Sarvavyapi. And in his Vyapitva, one among the many things which is in him is me. So, Sarvabhutani, they live in him because he is Sarvavyapi and he lives in all of us because he is the Atma. He is the enlivening principle. And then he says, Vasunam Pavakaschasmi. The Shastra talk about 8 Vasus who are given some portfolio. And among the 8 Vasus, he is called as Pavakaha, one of the Vasu. So Vasu here refers to the one who lives in our true self, not in our true self, as our true self, Paramatma. The next name again is Connected to it, this is one more quote which I have given from the Ishavasya Upanishad for Vasuhu. Sarva bhutani atmani sarva bhuteshu atmanam. It is the same meaning as such. All beings abide in the self. Self is capital S. We should not put ourselves as capital S. It is small s. That is Jiva, self. Here capital S refers to Parabrahma Swarupa, Paramatma. It is the same meaning, also established by a Upanishad Vakya in the Ishavasya Upanishad. Now the next name, Vasumanaha. First one is Vasuhu, the one who revels in Sarva Bhutani, in all Jiva Rashi. Here it is Vasumanaha. One more very beautiful expression which says, Vasu Shabdena Dhanavachina Prashastam Lakshyate. Prashastam Manaha Yasya Sa Vasumanaha. Prashastam is a very beautiful word included here. What is Prashastam? Excellence is indicated. What is this again? Excellence we need to understand. Where whomsoever, in fact, there is a very beautiful yasya here. Yaha. Whoever he be, he who. Gurudev used to translate it. Yaha. Yaha means what? Anybody for that matter. Whose prashastam, whose mind, manaha prashastam yasya asti. And he lives happily in that mind. Now look at this extension. This is a beautiful expression of the devotee's love towards Bhagavan. When Bhishmacharya was giving the 1,000 names to the Pandavas, in particular Yudhishthira, in the presence of Sri Krishna, he says, Bhagavan lives in everybody's heart. But where does he live more happily? This is another beautiful teaching actually. He lives more happily in the mind which is prashastam, which is excellent. Excellent in what? Excellent in all kinds of good qualities. Wherever there are virtues, wherever there is sadhutva, wherever there is karuna. Karuna means what? Compassion. Who work for the sake of the world. In them, Bhagavan lives happily. He indeed lives in bad people also as the very life principle, no doubt. But Vasumanaha is a name included to indicate he lives happily in the hearts who are the devotees. Vasu Shabdena Dhanvachina here refers to wealth. What is this wealth? The wealth of all virtues, not money. In our Laukika Drishti, in our world, we think if we give bigger money, then more Ashirvadam will come. If we give more wealth, then Bhagavan will also give more to me. So these are all very, what do you call it as? Immature mind. Bhagavan's blessings are eternal. To everybody, impartially, just no visa. But he lives happily, meaning what? In the place where Bhagavan lives happily, there will be less agitation, there will be less disturbance, there will be less pain and suffering. So how do we make him stay happily in my heart? Simple, prashastam. Prashastam lakshyate meaning what? The one who develops all good values, all good qualities, virtues. See, there are two things. One is a value, another one is a virtue. Value is what I respect, but I have not imbibed. I have not assimilated. I have not abide in. Virtue is me, myself. It becomes my own nature. Think. Here, what is talked of are the virtues. The wealth of virtues will make Bhagavan live happily in our heart. And in modern days, we find love for Bhagavan has become so little because the love for all other things have become more and more. As Puja Guruji, which I have already quoted earlier, says, the love for wealth has taken away the wealth of love. Love for wealth is love towards objective world. The wealth of love is love for Bhagavan. Therefore, the one who has this wealth of love towards Bhagavan, in him, Bhagavan lives happily. And when Bhagavan is living in me happily, I have to be happy. Think. Now the very beautiful equation you can say, am I really happy? Then Bhagavan is happy. Am I agitated in my mind? Bhagavan is not happy. So what do I do to please Bhagavan? Live happily with virtues. You know, it's a beautiful logic. Whenever the mind gets disturbed, the Shastras say, turn towards Bhagavan. Whenever the mind is agitated, Shastras say, take his Nama. Nama smaranat anya upayam nahi pashyamo bhavatarane. When it is said, meaning what? Whenever the mind is disturbed, turn towards Bhagavan and say, Bhagavan, I don't know, you handle it. The moment the responsibility, the ownership of the disturbance is shifted to Bhagavan, Bhagavan takes care. Why? It is now his problem. But it should be true, not just going and just saying, oh Bhagavan, now it is your problem, you take care, and then oh, Bhagavan is not taking care. Kayena vacha manasaya buddhyatmana bhakti karomya narayana samarpayami. No samarpana is done from the heart of hearts. Think. Therefore, develop that unconditional surrender and Bhagavan will become Vasumana. He is Vasumana, not become. He is Vasumana. We will experience that virtue in Bhagavan, which is Vasumanaha, in our own heart we will experience. It is like that beautiful virtue is clouded by our own irresponsible way of life. That virtue is clouded by our own desire for things and beings outside, pleasure, etc. All what we need to do is just remove that cloud. And then you will find Bhagavan is eternally waiting and smiling. Is it not? The next name, Satyaha. This is another very interesting name. Satya means, immediate translation is truth. Alright. He is the very truth in all. He is the very self in all. That is the only truth. How it is truth? Because yat trikaleshu tishtati. Trikala abhadita vastu tat satyam. That which is there in all three periods of experiences, periods of time, and in all three states of experiences. Periods of time, past, present, future, all are included. Three states of experience, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, again all are included. We are experiencing only these three. We are aware of only these three. And Bhagavan is beyond that. 1. 2, he is the isness in all of them. The present is. The present, when it goes to past, the past tense is. It's a very interesting thinking. The future tense, the future will come when we say that particular status is. Think. The isness in everything is Bhagavan. The truth in everything is Bhagavan. One. That which was in the past, that which is, and that will be is Bhagavan alone. Why? Other than Bhagavan, now look at the same way, thinking slightly differently. Bhagavan was, Bhagavan is, and Bhagavan will be. Whereas anything and everything other than Bhagavan is past, gone. It will never come to the present. Future has not yet come at all. This is with relation to what? With reference to the objective worldly experience. Therefore, Bhagavan is Satyam. Then, Avitastharupatvat Paramatma Satyaha. Avitastharupatvat meaning that Parabrahma Swarupa Paramatma is of the form which is not untrue. This is called double negative. In the grammar of English grammar, it is double negative. Double negative is equal to positive. This is not uncommon. When we say, it means it is common. Isn't it? Similarly, this is not untrue when we say it is true. This Parabrahma Swarupa Paramatma, which is otherwise called Brahman, is not untrue when it is said it is true. Avitastharupatvat Paramatma Satya. And how is it established? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Satyam, truth, Trikala Bhadita Vastu iti Satyam. Jnanam, the very consciousness, the knower of all Jnanam. And Anantam, Anantam, that which never ends, is Brahman, that is Satyam. Now, how does he express himself? This Satyam, Satyaha, how does he express himself? In prayer, Satyam is Bhagavan. In prayer, Satyam is Bhagavan. In dhyana, in meditation, Satyam is Brahman. In the Jnana Swarupa Lakshana, Brahma is meditated upon during dhyanam. And in normal daily life, the same Satyam expresses itself as Dharma. Satyam is one and the same. It depends upon how we relate ourselves to Satyam. In our daily life, Satyam expresses itself as Dharma, meaning our transactions, our relationships, our activities, our thinking. Everything must be under the umbrella of Dharma, where Dharma is Bhagavan. In prayer, Satyam is Ishvaraha, in the form of our own Ishtadevata. In meditation, he is Ishwaranam Ishvaraha, we have seen. He is that Parabrahma Swarupa, Paramatma, Tat Satyam, Tadanyat Sarvam Mithya. Now, when we say Tadanyat Sarvam Mithya, Dharma is not Mithya. Dharma is eternal. Bhagavan is not Mithya. Bhagavan is eternal. Brahman Tat Eva Satyam, we know it. So in all the three, Satyam is eternally there. But it all depends on how we transact, how we connect ourselves, how we relate ourselves to the Satyam, either as Dharma in the common life, Bhagavan in our prayers, and Brahman in meditation. So all these three are nothing but one and same Satyam, Satyaha. Then comes Samatma. Samatma, Sama Atma. Here Atma is mind. Whose mind is equanimous at all periods of time. It is not influenced by Kala. It cannot be influenced by any condition. It will never be influenced by our activities. Nothing can influence. Why? The mind is absolutely same in all conditions. Now see, Dukkheshvanudvignamanaha Sukheshu Vigataspruhaha Vita Raga Bhaya Krodhaha Stitadhir Muniruchyate, says second chapter in Bhagavad Gita. Dukkheshu Anudvignamanaha. Manaha, at the time of dukkha, pain, suffering, agitation, frustration, fatigue, etc., the one who accepts them as they are. Now look at this very nice way of thinking. When I accept situations, conditions, people, circumstances, the world as they are, then there is no problem. The problem starts only when I want them to be the way I want them to be. And they will never be the way I want them to be. This is world. Why they will not be the way I want to be? Because I am not the way they want me to be. Simple logic. Isn't it? My parents wanted me to be something. I never was that. And I expect my parents to be the way I want them to be. How is it possible? This is the reason where lot of misunderstandings, frictions, pain, suffering, breakups in our relationships, breakup between families, parents get separated. All this happens because each one of us have our own imagination, our own ways of thinking of how others want us to be. Allah, how we want others to be. World will never listen to you, please. If I think I am giving a talk on Vishnu Sahasranama, it is such a beautiful stotra, everybody is chanting every day, and therefore they will all have to listen to me because I am teaching Vishnu Sahasranama. There cannot be a better fool than me. Think. The world is perfect as it is. So the intelligent person is one who accepts the world as it is and bring in changes not in the world but in our own mind, in our own relationship with the world, in our own transaction with the world. When I thus accept the world as it is, my mind is fine. My mind is not agitated. Why? I know this is how this person is. Having accepted this is how this person, there is no room for complaints. Think. Complaints come only when I don't accept the person as it is and I want the person to be the way I want. Now here, Samatma is what? Samatma is when I accept everything as it is, therefore my mind is undisturbed. My mind is at equipoise. Dukkheshu Anudvignamanaha. Sukheshu vigata spruha. I don't jump because of the elation, because of sukha. Why? They are also impermanent. So what is the learning here? I accept the world as it is, meaning what? I know sukha is impermanent. I know dukkha is impermanent. I know people are impermanent. I know world is impermanent. I also know I am also impermanent with reference to this individuality. Sarvam kshanikam kshanikam. If I understand the rule of life, then the mind cannot complain. And then what happens? My mind is quiet. Think. This is the status of Bhagavan. He has accepted everything. No complaints. Mind is absolutely at poise. Sa sama atma. Undisturbed at all situations, at all pairs of opposites. Sukha dukkhe same kritva labha labhau jaya jayau tato yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papam vapsasi. Sukha dukkhe same kritva. Krishna said to Arjuna. So, mind has to be at poise. Whatever happens, it is okay. Now, interestingly think, if I get disturbed because somebody is like that, who is paying the price for that? I am getting disturbed means my mind is disturbed, my mind is agitated, my mind is frustrated for no fault of mine, the fault of somebody else. Why? Think. Therefore, we must learn to keep our mind. Now please note, when we are talking about Bhagavan Sri Vishnu and all his Nama, Sahasranama, what is the purpose of learning? One is to know the glory of Bhagavan. True. But at the same time, the glories of Bhagavan are indicated to make us understand our true nature is Bhagavan, but we are identified with these gadgets and we are suffering. Rise above the identification of these gadgets so that I am also Bhagavan. Remember that equation? God plus ego is equal to man, woman included. Therefore, human minus ego must be God. All sukha, dukkha, labha, nashta, ninda, stuti, mana, apamana, all these are what? Nothing but expression of ego. If I can remove that ego, my mind also will experience the very true nature of my true self, which is Samatma. Alright. Then, next one is Sammitaha. It's another very excellent nama. Mitaha means measured, limited, etc. Mita, limit. We say Mita Bhashi, the one who speaks only when it is required. Mita Bhashi. He doesn't speak much. He is not a chatterbox. And there are other people whose very nature is go on talking. It is so difficult to stop them. There is no full stop at all. It is only comma, semicolon, or one dash, and then continue. Non-stop expression of the so-called intelligence in the form of stupidity. Laukika Jivana we see. But Mita Bhashi, when it is said, it is not that one does not talk at all, or it is not that one go on talking. It is speaking how much it is required. There is a limit. Think. sammitaha, or can also be asammitaha. We will see that. When it is said sammitaha, measured in everything, asammitaha is what? Now see. Why does this asammitaha come? Coming to completing this sammitaha portion, I have added one shloka from the Gita. Yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkhaha. Dukkhaha means the one who will be devoid of dukkham. The one who will rise above all dukkham. When yukta ahara. Ahara is conditioned, properly channelized, not go on eating. Morning one something to eat, biscuits and tea, and then one breakfast, and then madhye something at 11:30, and again lunch, and again at 4:30, again at 6:30, again dinner at 8 o'clock, and then at night again something. And other than this, madhye samarpayami also. And then finally what will happen? One will land in the nearest hospital in the shortest period of time. When I have not disciplined. What is this disciplined eating? When I eat what is required. Today, see, one has to understand this properly. It doesn't mean that I should not eat anything and everything. Uncontrolled eating is what is condemned. Let us say you go outside and along with your friends, then everybody say, let us have pani puri, bel puri or something like that. Please have. But daily I must have. Why? If I don't have pani puri, what is a life? And some people give explanation also. Swamiji, human life is only for enjoying. See, dog cannot smile. Donkey cannot smile. We can smile. They cannot enjoy channa bhatura. I can enjoy. They won't know the taste of one masala dosa. I will know the taste. Therefore, enjoy. That is why human being is given. Arre, what a height of misunderstanding. Human life is given to know the nature of Bhagavan and relate to myself that my true nature is Bhagavan. That is the purpose of human life. Please don't quote wrong way of saying human life is meant for enjoying, therefore I will enjoy. Those are all very, very immature, irresponsible way of thinking. The point here is, everything can be definitely enjoyed. Shastra never say don't enjoy, but enjoy with moderation. Param Puja Swami Chidananji, our Guru, he would say, moderation in everything, including moderation. Meaning what? Don't over moderate. Wherever required, enjoy. Wherever required, involve yourself. But the indulgence with desperation is condemned. Therefore, sammitaha, moderation. Alright. And then the thing comes, asammitaha. Why this asammitaha came? Look at that. Samatma sammitaha, when it is separated, then the word is sammitaha. In case it is joined together, then Samatma asammitaha also will be written as Samatma sammitaha. In case we have written, if we take it as asammitaha, then Bhagavan is immeasurable. Bhagavan is unconditioned. Samatma sammitaha samaha. Oh, I have crossed my time. We will see samaha tomorrow. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.